welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at gods5minutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. One of those questions children like to ask is, how big is the sky? The answer is, well, nobody knows. Light moves at a speed of about 186,000 miles per second. The estimated distance to the edge of the known universe is an incredible 46 billion light years. But even that is not the size of the sky, for we know the universe extends far beyond the distance humans have been able to measure. These numbers come to mind when we read what the Bible has to say about eternity with its concept of endlessness. God inhabits eternity. The only thing bigger than the universe is the mind of God. The 103rd Psalm, verse 11 to 13 reads, For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. Now we can't wrap our minds around a mercy so vast. We can only accept by faith that it is so, and stake our souls on the hope it inspires. The psalmist might as well have said, God's mercy is inexhaustible. The original wording is, like the height of the heavens, which allows for other points of comparisons besides extents, such as magnificence, sublimity, grandeur, glory. When we look up through the clear night air of a mountaintop, we see only a tiny vista of space vastness, but it is enough to awe and inspire our spirits with a sense of majesty and wonder and of great beauty. When we do that, we find stars that are always in the same places relative to us, which we can use to guide our course. And we find other heavenly bodies that seem to change with the passage of time, so that by looking into the skies we can tell the time of day and even of the year. The mercy of God is no less a guide to our lives, daily and extended, even though we are seeing only a very small part of it. Think of the important blessings that come from the sky. Without sunlight, our earth would be a cold, dead planet. The rain falls on us from clouds that, compared to the universe, are small and unimportant, but they are quite beyond our reach or ability to influence, and they furnish the vital water supply that sustains all life. God has so ordered nature in this world that the timely rains feed a hungry world. Or think how the sky can change the ambiance of the world around us. The dead grasses and fallen leaves of autumn can be changed over a night to a sparkling, brilliant white world, with all the ugliness of old cars and fallen down buildings softened or hidden and made mysterious and velvety by one snowfall. In just that way, the harshness of the dreads and sharp disappointments of life can be softened or changed so quickly by the gentle fall of God's mercies on our souls. Look at the next definition of mercy in these verses. As far as the east is from the west, so far he hath removed our transgressions from us. We can measure how far it is from north to south. If you stand at the North Pole, every direction is south. And if you go the other way to the South Pole, every direction is north. So the distance between north and south is the diameter of the earth. But how far is east or west? Now we cannot escape consequences from some kinds of transgressions. If you get angry and hit a stone wall with your fist, and then get forgiven, you'll still have a sore fist. But the far more serious consequence of transgression is alienation from God, and here he is promising, at a matter of his choice, because of his mercy, to put away that alienation infinitely. But vast as God's mercy is, there is a condition. His mercy is great toward them that fear him. The Lord is absolutely pure, just, holy, and thus all the virtues that flow from that, noble, honest, faithful, sure. To fear him means, then, among other things, to dread, to violate any of those assets ourselves, for to do it makes guilty consciences, dirty lives, shameful secrets, and a witch's brew of defilements. To fear him means to always choose to live by his commandments. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at godsfiveminutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.